You know, when we look at the past, we see the good parts of it, and I'm telling you the good parts. Vince McIntyre. I'm 67 years old. I was born in the west of Ireland. You can see the kind of stuff I do. It's labouring and slow. You know, when I hit my mid-40s, I decided, this work that I'm doing is totally meaningless to me. Going out there and putting 3 bags on and making a bunch of money. What am I going to do? I'm getting too old for it, and I don't believe in it. And that's when I decided to farm. When I started growing food, I come to realize that this is really important to feed my family and my friends and people around me. When you're on the land and you're farming, your life is full. I started out my life wanting to make lots of money. I went and worked in the Arctic and ran big machinery and worked long shifts and saved money. But then when I got out in the world, it went really fast, so it was never not very effective. This little cabin that you're looking at here was built about 7 or 8 years ago, and I built it as a temporary shelter, and I spent a lot of my life most of my life outside. And I wanted to have a little place that I could sleep and go to bed. So that's my sleeping hut, I call it. It feels very permanent in the sense that it feels like home. This is the most at home I feel since I left the place I was born. We moved away from that part of Ontario and we moved down closer to Toronto. And my dad, he didn't want to let us go back to that farm because it was too far away. He wanted to have his family at home, which was a mistake on his part. He should have let us go back there because it was much better than home because it wasn't so dysfunctional. I like stories. I like to talk to people. I'd like to visit more people. I'd like to get their stories, and I like to try and make them real. There was this cold spell that come in October, and I got up in the middle of the night and I says, "Hey, it's cold." 2 in the morning, and then I go look at the thermometer and it was -8 already. And all my veggies are out. So I come down and I get Amber and I says, "Yeah, it's getting cold. We have to go down and get some insulation on that." By 10 in the morning we had that pile. But if I had that time saying, "Oh, I can't deal with this," or "I'm too tired," or "Maybe it'll be okay," I might not be farming today because I wouldn't have been able to afford to. For me, action is a difficult thing, but it's also really necessary. Into the boiler, and if you have a piece of wood that you want to bend, you put it in here. I left home because I didn't get along with my dad, and and I got as far away as possible from family because of all the tragedies associated with my childhood, and I ended up going to South America for a year, and then when I come back, I went as far north as I could go. There was something like I was getting away from, and when I come here, I kind of grew into the place, and my daughter was born here in the Kootenays, so that's probably the reason that it made it home for me. Yeah. This old GMC van. Back in 1979, it was my home. And I carried everything I owned in it, and I had my canoe on top. And over the years, it accumulated a lot more books, and now it's known as a library. So, and I imagine it's here to stay. You know, I don't think I'll ever get back on the road again.
That's good. I think, unless there's more that you want to say about it.
No, I don't think so. No. Yeah. Cultivators and so on, and I can adapt that like this one. So, it's to me, life is do or die. Then you're living. You know. I prefer to do things the more uncertain way. I go out there and I do what I can, and if it doesn't work, I've tried.